Hello dear students, today I am gonna explain you new topic in science, that is reproduction in plants. So let's get started. Reproduction in plants. Students, as you all know, all living organisms have characteristics to produce and increase their number. Means all living organisms are capable of giving birth to young ones. Can you tell me what is the process called? Yes, it is known as reproduction. So what is reproduction? Reproduction is the process in which the living organisms produce young ones of their own kind. तो रिप्रोडक्शन एक प्रोसेस है जिसमें लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म अपने जैसे ही दिखने वाले यंग वंस को प्रोड्यूस करते हैं. ओके, यू शुड नो लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म इंक्लूड प्लांट्स एंड एनिमल. ओके, लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स such as plants and animals. So plants and animals can produce young ones of their own kind. But the question arises, why is reproduction important? As you all know that all living organisms on earth have a life span. इनका एक फिक्स लाइफ होती है. ओके, एंड at the end of an organism's lifespan, it dies. If a group of organisms do not reproduce before they die, this will in time lead to the extinction of that particular kind of organism on the earth. Thus, the process of reproduction is very important to organisms because in its absence the life will come to an end. So in simple terms we can say all living things have the characteristics to reproduce and increase their number. All living things grow old and die. जो living things होती हैं वो बढ़ती भी हैं और die भी होंगी. Thus, the process of reproduction is very important because in its absence, life will come to an end. Living organism can make more organism to keep the species alive. Okay, so reproduction is very important. Students, you know very well, a plant grows from a seed. Okay, this is seed. So a plant emerges out from a seed and seed comes from plants. But what about plants like sugarcane and potato? Have you ever seen seeds of sugarcane and potato? No. So how they reproduce their young ones? Let's answer all these questions in this video. So first of all, we will discuss modes of reproduction in plants, or we can say types of reproduction in plants. So in plants, there are two types of reproduction: asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Okay, so what is asexual reproduction? It is the type in which some parts of parent body give rise new organism. Means body part of one parent can produce new individual. So, in asexual reproduction, an organism reproduces of its own without the help of another individual. Okay, there is only a single parent. For example, a new plant of China rose is produced by growing a cutting of branch of an old plant. जब आप एक पुरानी चाइना रोज के प्लांट की ब्रांच को कट करके लगाते हैं तो उसी से ही नया प्लांट बन जाता है. So this type of reproduction which does not involve any other individual is called asexual reproduction. Okay, new individual is reproduced from a single parent. Okay, but on other hand, in sexual reproduction, it involves sex cells, which is known as gametes. Okay, so new organism is formed when gametes from male and female parent fuse. Okay, जब मेल और फीमेल पैरेंट से जो गैमेट आते हैं वो फ्यूज होते हैं, उसके बाद में एक नया इंडिविजुअल बनता है. मीन्स two parents are involved in sexual reproduction, but in asexual reproduction only one parent is involved. Students, we will discuss asexual reproduction in detail. The process of reproduction in which an organism reproduces on its own without the help of another individual is called asexual reproduction. Okay, so here I wrote some characteristics of asexual reproduction. First, one parent only, means in asexual reproduction there is only a single parent required. Okay, there is no formation of gametes, means male and female gametes are not required. Parents and offspring are identical, means they are exact copy of each other. Why? Because new individual is formed from the part of parent body. So they will be identical to each other. This is the fast process. No variation. Okay? कोई भी variation नहीं होता है because the offspring is exact copy of their parent. Parts of parent body will be capable of growing into new individual. Okay? So parts of parent body will be grown into new individual. But the question arises, which parts of the parent body grow into a new individual? Yes. Root, stem and leaves are the parts which are grown into a new individual. Okay, so we will discuss these part one by one in detail. Children, now we will discuss some methods of asexual reproduction, and these are vegetative propagation, fragmentation, budding and spore formation. We will discuss them one by one in detail. First method of asexual reproduction is vegetative propagation. As you all know, what are the vegetative parts of plants? Yes, root, stem and leaves. These are the vegetative parts of plant, and with the help of these parts, new plant is obtained. So this process is known as vegetative propagation. Okay, so vegetative parts of plants are roots, stem and leaves. Propagation means going ahead. means reproduction. Okay, so vegetative propagation occurs through the vegetative parts of the plant such as root, stem and leaves. जब प्लांट के वेजिटेटिव पार्ट्स रूट, स्टेम और लीव से जब न्यू प्लांट बनता है तो उस प्रोसेस को बोलते हैं वेजिटेटिव प्रोपगेशन. ओके, सो यू नो वेरी वेल वी यूज only root, stem and leaves part, not seed. Means seed are not used for vegetative reproduction because seed are present in fruit and fruit is formed from flower, and you know very well flower are the reproductive part of plant. But root, stem and leaves are vegetative parts of plant. So when new plant is formed from vegetative parts of plant, so this process is known as vegetative propagation. Okay, so here I would like to tell you one example. Suppose you want a new plant of rose with vegetative propagation, and for this first you have to cut a branch from a rose plant. Cut a branch from a rose plant and bury the cutting in the soil. Okay, suppose this is soil and you have to bury the cutting in the soil. So after few months you will see this cutting develops new roots in the soil, and you can see new plant is formed from the vegetative part, that is stem of the rose plant. Okay, so vegetative propagation occurs through vegetative parts of the plant such as root, stem and leaves. So we will discuss vegetative propagation in detail. To understand more about vegetative propagation, let's have a deep understanding over this topic. Now we will discuss vegetative propagation by stem. A variety of plants that can propagate through their stem are potato, ginger, sugarcane, etc. So underground stems are modified for storage of food, which can produce several new plants. And modified stems like tuber, bulb, rhizome, corm, runners multiply into several new plants. So we will discuss them one by one. Tuber. An example is potato. So potato is an underground stem which is known as tuber. Okay, it is a type of stem only, but it is modified stem which is known as tuber. So we can get new plant of potato from the tuber. So for this, it is cut with the eye in it and planted in the soil. You can see in the picture here I made diagram of potato with eye. Okay, so with the help of eye you can get new potato plant. Okay, so each part with an eye on it develops into a new potato plant. Okay, so potato plants produce flowers, seeds and fruits, but new plants never grow from their seed. If you want new plant of potato, you have to cut part from the potato with eye and bury them in a soil, and you can get new potato plant. Okay. Next is bulb. Examples are onion, garlic are modified stem which produce bulb. Okay, and the bulb is capable of producing new bulb with the help of auxiliary bud present in it. Okay, so these bulbs are underground stem with thick leaves. The bulb is capable of producing new bulbs with the help of auxiliary buds present in it. Okay, it is the type of stem only, but it is modified stem which is known as bulb. Now we will discuss rhizome. Ginger, turmeric are modified stem which are known as rhizome, which have buds that grow into new plants. As you can see in the picture, in ginger, there is a modified swollen underground stem which is known as rhizome, which is thick and fleshy. This stem also have nodes and internodes. You can see in the picture nodes and internodes. Okay, and auxiliary bud. Under favorable condition, the buds on the stem give rise to new plant. जब इसको फेवरेबल कंडीशन मिलती है, जब टेम्परेचर ह्यूमिडिटी अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस राइजोम के होती है, उस केस में एक नया प्लांटलेट बनता है. नाउ द नेक्स्ट पार्ट इज रनर्स. Plants like strawberry may send out a side branch from which root grows down into the soil and we can get new plantlet. You can see in the picture, in the case of strawberry, it sent out a side branch. Okay, you can see in picture a side branch from which root grows down into the soil. So plants like strawberry and some species of grass may send out a side branch, and these plants form runners where the stem lengthens and creeps along the ground. What is the meaning of creeps? Side ground पर spread होना. Okay, and creeps along the ground, forming roots and interval, thus giving rise to new plants. Vegetative propagation by roots. Roots of some plants can give rise new individual. Some plants like sweet potato, dahlia have tuberous root which are swollen due to storage of food. You can see in the picture, this is the root, okay, which is swollen due to storage of food. इसके अंदर फूड की वजह से यह swollen फूल जाती है. Okay, and new plant arise from these swollen roots. You can see in the picture, new plant is formed from the swollen roots. New plant is formed from the root when they buried in the soil. Vegetative propagation by leaves. A plant called bryophyllum reproduces through its leaves. Here I made diagram of bryophyllum leaf. Okay, so plantlets or buds are produced on the leaf margin. You can see in the picture, small buds or plantlets are produced on the leaf margin. When any leaf fall to the ground, a new plant can grow from each bud. So this each bud can be converted into a new individual. So these plantlets or buds after falling on the ground grow into new plantlet. So children, we have discussed vegetative propagation methods. Now we will discuss another type of asexual reproduction, that is budding. As the name suggests, the formation of bud leads to the formation of new individual. So, this type of reproduction is observed in both unicellular and multicellular organism. ओके, सो ये जो रिप्रोडक्शन है वो यूनिसेलुलर और मल्टीसेलुलर दोनों ऑर्गेनिजम्स में मिलता है. यूनिसेलुलर ऑर्गेनिज्म लाइक yeast and multicellular organism like hydra both can produce new individual by budding. So here I'm going to explain you budding with the help of this diagram. Yeast is a unicellular organism. You can see in the picture it is a unicellular organism. It develops a bud and then the bud breaks off and forms a new yeast cell. Okay, so here you can see in the picture a yeast cell develops a bud on its body. And after getting proper nutrition, this new bud develops into a new individual. Okay, and they will multiply in number. So, budding is the type of reproduction which is observed in unicellular or multicellular organism. Okay. So, yeast is a unicellular and hydra is a multicellular organism. Both these organisms reproduced by the process of budding, and these organisms reproduce by producing a small outgrowth. You can see in the picture, okay, reproduce by producing a small outgrowth from the cell called bud. ये जो बाहर की तरफ जो ये outgrowth निकली है इसको कहेंगे bud, B-U-D, bud. And this bud gradually grows and eventually separates from the parent body and develops into a new individual. Now, next type of asexual reproduction is fragmentation. Fragments means, yes, fragments are a small piece of an object. किसी भी object के छोटे छोटे टुकड़े, that is known as fragments. So, fragmentation takes place in some filamentous organisms such as Spirogyra. Spirogyra is an algae and the structure of Spirogyra like a filament. ये धागे जैसा होता है. Okay, and the body of a Spirogyra breaks into two or more fragments. You can see in the picture the body of Spirogyra splits into two fragments and each fragment then develops into a new individual. Okay, so some filamentous organisms such as Spirogyra break up into two or more fragments after a certain period of growth, and each of these fragments grows into a new individual. These individual can fragment further and produce a new young ones. तो ये जो fragments बने हैं इनमें भी आगे break down होके नया Spirogyra बन सकता है. So, fragmentation is also a type of asexual reproduction. Now, next type of asexual reproduction is spore formation. In fungi and ferns, reproduction takes place through spore formation. Okay, so fungi and ferns reproduce by spore formation. Means they will make spore in the body and these spores can develop into new individual. Okay, they look like seed but they are not actual seed. Okay, So a spore is a microscopic spherical structure. Microscopic means which can be seen under microscope, very, very tiny. Spherical means round in shape, okay, and covered by a hard protective coat to protect it from the unfavorable condition. सो स्पोर जो होते हैं बहुत ही माइन्यूट और स्फेरिकल स्ट्रक्चर होते हैं जो एक हार्ड कोट से कवर्ड होते हैं. ओके, बट द क्वेश्चन इज व्हाई आर दे कॉल्ड एज स्पोर नॉट सीड. उनको स्पोर क्यों बोला जाता है, सीड क्यों नहीं बोला जाता? Because spores do not come from fruit. These are produced by non-flowering plants. You know very well, fungi and fern, these are non-flowering plants. So, spores do not come from fruit. Okay, that's why they are known as spore. So, instead of saying them seed, we have to say them spore. Okay, so spore are very tiny and light in weight. Once spore lands in the right place, it develops into a new organism. Okay, so spore that grow into a new entity under favorable condition, their protective coat breaks and spore are liberated. Okay, and these spore grow into a new individual. So here we have done asexual reproduction in plants. Thank you.